Hi, I'm Jerry James Stone and you're watching Cooking Stone. In today's recipe, I'm going to make pumpkin pie ice cream using fresh pumpkin. But before I get into that, I want to mention two things. First off, you notice the Google Plus t-shirt. So I just want to say, if you haven't yet, check me out on Google Plus. Come on over, hang out, let's chat, let's video chat, let's talk about food. You can find me at Jerry James Stone over there. There's also a Cooking Stone page, but anyway, Google Plus. So check that out. Secondly, I want to apologize. It's been a little while since I've made a recipe. A lot of that has to do with the fact that I've been working on the cookbook, and cookbook takes a lot of time. So anyway, those two things. Check me out on Google Plus. Apologize for the recipes. Hopefully there will be more coming soon. But today we're going to make this amazing pumpkin pie ice cream using fresh pumpkin. Now the two parts to this that are kind of great is, a lot of times pumpkin pie is made with, well, canned pumpkin. I like to use real ingredients here. Not that canned pumpkin isn't real, but I like to get it from, the farmer's market as opposed to from a can. So there's that aspect of it. But the real secret ingredient here is that I use black pepper in this recipe. The black pepper just kind of brings all that spice forward and the sweetness a little bit too. So I think you're really going to like it. So stay tuned, check it out, and enjoy. The first thing I'm going to do before I even start this recipe is draw a face on my pumpkin, because pumpkins without a face just seem kind of sad. So I want to do this first. And then we can go ahead and make our pumpkin pie, right? It's kind of it's a sad, happy face, but it gets the job done. Now we're going to cut the pumpkin in half and just remove the seeds. You don't have to do anything fancy here. It's really, you don't have to go Michael Meyers on it. Just kind of cut the thing in half carefully. Don't cut yourself. Now we're going to scrape out the pumpkin seeds. You want to use a spoon that has some heft to it and doesn't bend easily, because these things can be, it's tough to get all the seeds and the fiber out itself. So let's go ahead and scrape that out. Remember, do not get rid of these. I have some great recipes on the site for using these. If you go to cookingstone.tv, there's a coffee and chili roasted pumpkin seeds. There's also a maple and sea salt one. So just go ahead and scrape all this out. We're going to roast our pumpkin halves face down on a parchment lined baking sheet at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes until they're nice and sweet and flavorful. In a small saucepan, we're going to add all of the spices. Add our 2 cups of cream. Now you can use milk if you want for this instead of using a full fat cream, but if you do so, just make sure that you read my instructions on using a lower fat milk product. Add in our brown sugar, and we're going to we're just going to warm this over a medium heat until the sugar is combined and it just starts to bubble around the edges there. You don't want to overheat this. While the cream is steeping and that sugar is dissolving and it's getting all infused with those lovely flavors, we're going to prep our eggs. Since we're making a custard-based ice cream, you kind of need to temper the eggs first. So the first thing that we're going to do is add some of the brown sugar to our egg yolks, and then we're just going to mix that in. You want to get this as smooth as possible, almost creaming the eggs. Now we're going to temper the eggs, which means you add a little bit of the liquid cream, the hot cream, and you just whisk it in to the eggs. And you want to do this so you've added about a half cup of the cream. Just kind of keep repeating that process. Now this is the part that this is the part that you can really mess up easily. So you want to do this carefully. So now we're going to add our tempered eggs to this hot cream. But we're not out of the woods yet. So you want to do it slowly. You want to make sure that you're stirring the cream while you do it. The idea here is to, create this custard base, but you don't want to cook the egg. You don't want to curdle, or, you don't want scrambled eggs in your ice cream, right? So you just slowly add this in. Get all of it in there. And then what you're going to do is we're going to warm this over a medium heat and cook the egg, kind of in the same way if you're making like a hollandaise sauce. You're cooking the eggs, and so it's going to thicken up, and it gets really nice and thick and custard-like. And when it sticks to the back of a metal spoon, when you kind of get this nice layer, then you know it's done. This will take about 5 minutes to do. So let's just go ahead and cook this base. You do not want to bring it to a boil. You want it hot. You want it like a medium heat, and you want it to thicken, but do not let the contents boil. That would be bad. As you can see, it's starting to thicken up a little bit there. The froth on the top is just has a little bit, there's no give to it yet, but it definitely leaves a bit of a trail. Starting to get there. I could turn the heat down a little bit. Don't want it to boil. Just keep whisking this. Okay, this is pretty thick there. So, but here's the surefire test here. So take your spoon and just kind of stir it around a little bit, dip it in there, and you can see how the back of the spoon is. It's pretty nicely coated. But here's the real test. So if it's done, just drag your finger across of it to that nice clean line. But along with the clean line, you can sort of see there's an edge there. There's a little density to this. So this is ready to go. This is what we're going to use in our ice cream. So I'll scoop this out from the skin, and then we'll puree this and make our ice cream. So now we're going to add in our fresh pureed pumpkin to our custard base. So just add that in there, get it all in. Just use your finger. You don't have to use a spoon. Spoons are for wimps. Just mix that all in there. Good thing I washed my hands. And then we're just going to combine this with our custard base. And then once this is all combined, what we will do is we'll run the whole thing through a sieve to remove all these peppercorns and allspice berries and any of the grain that comes with the flesh of the pumpkin, because pumpkin does have a little bit of a grain to it. Get that nice and combined there. House smells so freaking amazing right now, by the way. So that's all well combined, and now we're just going to strain this. Now we're just going to run the pumpkin pie custard mixture through the ice cream maker. I like to put a little bit in there before I turn it on. Get it going, and then pour the rest of the batter in. I always no matter how hard I try, I always get ice cream, pre-ice cream, maybe that's the wrong term for it, all over the front of the ice cream maker. So just make this according to your ice cream maker's instructions, and after you have run it through your ice cream maker, put it in the freezer for at least up to a few hours before you serve it. How awesome does this ice cream look? I'm gonna serve mine in these little mini pumpkins here that I've carved out. But you don't have to do that. You can just scoop it in, eat it right out of the bowl. You might even want to share with people. Enjoy.